Canadians gathering together. Give yourselves a big round of applause, everybody. Give yourselves a big round.
What is the national anthem?
That's for the Canadians. You need a national anthem. Baby, get the phone. Canadian national anthem.
Hey, wait. Hey, let's put it on the national
Okay, so we're going to sing the national anthem now, everybody. If everybody could take part in singing "Oh Canada," I think that would be really great. Okay, and we all have to do it together. I don't want anybody alone now. You don't want to be that one guy sing when everybody's standing around you with their mouth shut, right? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Especially the crackling and this, that would have been a horrible thing for all of us. But that sounded beautiful. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Big thanks to the C3 Canadian Combat Coalition. Way to go. Big thanks to Dan DeBlois. We're a little late today, and that's all my fault, guys. Totally my fault. I was running behind it. Got a little carried away with the Cowboys last night. And,
No, you're good.
Needless to say, it's a little like rolling out of bed this morning. But here I am. I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much to Dan and everybody from the Canadian Combat for being patient, for setting this up and getting this all together for us all. You guys are great. Big round of applause for C3.
Charlene, get it.
Sorry?
Charlene.
Charlene! Charlene! Right on. Good job. Good job. It's very important for the Patriots to stick together. It's more important now than ever. Kevin Johnson as well. Yeah, I just got a word there to give a little shout out to Kevin Johnson. He needs your support. Right now, the right is under attack more than ever. The left is afraid, okay? They know that our numbers are growing. They know that we're getting bigger and stronger every single day, okay? And they're fighting harder now to break us down. They want to isolate us. That's how you do it. You divide and conquer to win, right? So they're going to be trying to label every single group as some sort of white supremacist group or some sort of bigot group or whatever label they happen to be using that week. But it's all garbage, and we can't submit to their labeling, to their name calling. We can't allow them to divide us. We have to stand together with all of our groups across Canada. I don't care if it's 3%ers, if it's Canadian Combat Coalition, Jewish Defense League. We're all in this together, guys. And the only way for us to make the West great again is to unify, because that's what the left is doing. Black Lives Matter, LGBT, feminists, you name it, they all stand together in solidarity because they know they're fighting the same battle. Okay, so they can put aside their differences. They can put aside their individual agenda for a greater cause. And that's what the right is finally starting to do. Ever since Donald Trump came onto the scene, right-wingers have been popping up everywhere, voicing their opinion, but we gotta continue to do that. We can't be afraid of any of their labeling. Right? See what happened to the Cowboys. You see what happened to WCA. See what happens to all the organizations. We can't run away. We can't be afraid to associate with a group because the left calls us some sort of racist or bigot name. They're going to do that to everybody, guys. Everybody. Don't listen to it. Follow the right-wing news media. Follow the alternative news media. Rebel media. Kevin Johnson, Breitbart, heck, even Fox News. Don't give these libtards the time of day. Don't follow CBC, don't follow Global, don't follow CBC.
They're run by the
They're gonna
government.
get, exactly, they're all run by the government. They're all fighting the same battle, and it's against us, not for us, okay? What Justin Trudeau has done should be plastered all over the place. All news media should be on top of him, and he basically gets a free pass, okay? Antifa, they get a free pass by the media. Why doesn't the media cover all the crap that you guys do, okay? The fighting, the violence, the destruction. You guys are basically just a watered down terrorist group. That's all you guys are. Your prime objective is to show up and to cause fear, to instill fear, to try to silence the opposition. You're not interested in any sort of conversation. The right is interested in having a conversation. We're interested in getting the facts out to the masses, gaining our numbers, and showing the opposition that we're not going to go away. We're not going to tolerate Justin Trudeau giving away $10.5 million to a terrorist, okay? So thank you, everybody. I'm looking forward to hearing the next speaker. I'm going to pass the mic on to who's up next to the list. Again, big thanks to C3 for having me out here. It's a beautiful day in Hamilton. Love this city. This is only my second time being here, but I really like the city, and it's very important for Patriots to start coming together in some of the other cities, not just leaving it up to Toronto, not leaving it up to the major cities, all of us. And we're going to do our best to make sure that we get out here to give you guys the support that you need. So thank you, everybody, very much, and keep up the good fight.
Okay, well, I can come get you.
Are we going to have our speeches or what?
Okay.
Somebody just requested, we are Canadians, hear us roll on.
I'll see you in a few minutes then. Okay, I'm back.
That's right. How you doing, Bob? Glad you're here. You from Hamilton? Wonderful. Me too. Hi. Oh, I've been here 10 years.
Here, film this. I'm going to go get my phone back to Slavo. Because I got too much in my damn purse.
Tommy scum off our streets. Tommy scum off our streets. Tommy scum off our streets. We will not be quelled. We will not be quelled. We will not be quelled. To hell with the quell. Tommy Antifa.
Why no? Hey, you might want your speech.
What's that?
We are. All videos. We're
Hello? My name is George. I want to thank everybody for coming today. From Canadian Christian Concerned Citizen. I want to tell you about my history so you know what I'm here for. I'm Lebanese, Armenian, Canadian, but Canadian first. I was born in Lebanon. In 1977, 75, the war started in Lebanon. And basically the Palestinians, Muslim, started a war against the Christians. They started killing people on the buses. They would take them off out of the bus and kill them depending if they're Christian or not. So that's how the war started in Lebanon. By 1977, I had never went to school because we're always bombarded and we're going to the basement to protect ourselves.
Right.
So we left Lebanon in 1977. I came to Canada. I spoke no English or French, but in a period of about 1 year, I was able to practice French and learn it very well. And I accepted Canadian values. I went to school. I studied. I became an engineer. And I respect Canadian values and I respect everybody who lives here and I love Canada. Okay. Prior to that, my grandfather, he comes from the great nation of Assyria, Armenian. The Armenian Assyrian people lived in that region of Turkey South for thousands of years. Thousands of years they lived together between Christian, Muslims, and everybody.
but mostly Christians. Nobody bothered him. He lived in peace. In 1914, the Turkish decided to annihilate all Christians, and that included the Syrians, the Armenians, the Greeks, the Lebanese, and every single minority from that region. They didn't do it because of USA. They didn't do it because we invaded their land. No, they did it because they wanted to kill every single Christian in that land. That was their goal. Their goal was nothing else but to kill every single Christian in the land. So that's what it's all about here. We're here to protect Canadian values, to protect the laws of the land, to protect every single woman and child from being raped, killed, and murdered because Muhammad says that's how it should be. This is what it's all about. It's not about anything else. Trudeau wants to allow Islam to come to this country. And we're not talking about the Muslim people that are trying to invade Muslim land. We're talking about the same people that want to invade the land and come to this country and make it into Sharia law country. If you don't know about Sharia law, you should go to these countries and try to see if you can do a protest like this. If you cannot do a protest like this, then there is no democracy and there's no freedom. And that's what's going to happen to Canada. And that's why I started this movement 6-7 months ago with Canadian Coalition Against Racism. Because I'm a concerned citizen. I'm a concerned citizen not because I hate people, because I love people. I love Muslim people because they come to this land to escape persecution. I love Jewish people. I love Christian people. I love atheist people. I love Hindu people. I love people from all over the world. And this message is not about hate. It's about love. What's the woman over there? I love you. I have no problem with you. But why are you wearing a hijab? Why do you come to this land to wear a hijab? You should come to this land and say, you know what? I don't want to wear a hijab. I want to live under Canadian law where I'm allowed to do whatever I want, and the hijab is not for me. And I'm sure that's how everybody feels. And I sure that's true Canadian. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Very nice.
I gotta get out If you want Sharia, there are boats leaving to Shariaville daily. Go get yourself a ticket. Get your parents to buy you one. Get your universities to donate you one. Because that's where you need an education. You wouldn't even last one afternoon, and your heads would be rolling in the city square. This is what Sharia entails, guys. As a legal system, it covers a very wide range of public behavior. Theft is punishable by amputation of the right hand. Criticizing or denying any part of the Quran is punishable by death. Criticizing or denying Muhammad as a prophet is punishable by death. A man can marry and consummate the marriage when she is 9 years old. Which brings me to my next topic, is what is this chaplain at the Toronto Police doing who's endorsing marriage, which is child molestation and child abuse and rape, saying that you can have marriage with a 9-year-old. You are in Canada now. This chaplain needs to be dismissed. We don't need an investigation. You need to get off the force. You are a scar to the force. A woman can have one man, but a man can have up to 4 wives. Well, polygamy doesn't work. It's a very unhealthy situation for children. It creates a lot of competition and a lot of jealousy. A woman who has been raped can't testify in court against her rapist. So what about all you SJWs, you social justice warriors, you third-wave feminists? You are not feminists. You are feminazis, just like Justin Trudeau. We here are the suffragettes. We are the true original women's liberation movement. And I'll have you know that next year will be our 100th centennial of women being allowed to vote in this country federally. Last year was provincially. Next year will be the centennial. A woman's testimony in court under Sharia is only allowed in property cases and carries half the weight of a man. A female inherits half of what the male heir inherits. Now, if you don't realize it here, we have something called equality that the suffragettes fought for and obtained. There was a case from 1927 to 29 where we obtained our personagehood under the law. And we are not letting Antifa, Islam, Trudeau, or any of you other jackasses rescind us and regress us. In Islamic countries under Sharia law, death by stoning, beheading, acid attacks, genital mutilation, rape, forced marriage, spousal rape, flogging, child-man marriages, and honor killings are common practices. Just on June 30th, we attended the Sharia girls' site where they were plunged into the Kingston Mill Rock. 4 women, 3 sisters, one only 13 years old. And why? Because they had become too westernized. Lest we forget is not just a slogan, but words that were carefully chosen. And I want to stand here as a Christian because I don't see any Christians coming from the persecuted countries. And I want to give a prayer to my Lord, Jesus Christ. So please, those who wish to join in with me, do so. Our Father, who art in heaven, holy is thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the power, the glory, forever and ever. Amen. I'm getting a little bit hot under the collar here, especially when I see Antifa jackasses, commies, who my father fought with 200,000 other men at Normandy Bay against the very type of you. You are totalitarians and sickening lot. I stand here not only as a sister with my other suffragettes against silence, many of our great-grandmothers fighting as patriots to help their country win World War I. And afterwards, women of most every free continent globally, the vote in the 1900s. As a matter of fact, as I said, next year will be the 100th anniversary. Suffragette is our heritage, and freedom is our mandate. I also stand here with my brothers, my superheroes, men who stand in defense of women and children's rights, not you liberal Antifa cucks. I stand here as a daughter of liberty. My father, a merchant marine, who along with thousands of other brave, honorable, righteous men and women, valiantly fought against history's dark forces of tyrannical evil that perpetually seek to gain root, erode liberty, insidiously rise, and attempt to suffocate free expression, free thought, and ultimately enslave the hearts, the minds, and the dreams of free people. Tyrannical governments who have imposed their dictates upon free spirits, locking them against fastened chains of oppression and bondage. That's what you are vying for, Antifa. Oppression and bondage. You are losers. Lest we forget is not just a slogan. It is our shield, standing on guard for democracy and cherishing her rights and freedoms, protecting equality, truth, free speech, and justice under the law. That's just the start of it. We're just getting ramped up here. During World War II and other battles, giving their best and millions giving it all, paying the ultimate sacrifice for our blood-bought, cherished liberty. Give me liberty or give me death. I will not go gently into the dying light. Over and over again as tyranny has been defeated, time and time again, by countless battlefields throughout our history, by brave soldiers and martyrs, men and women, sacrifice themselves, carrying forward democracy, freedom, truth, and justice, her crown jewels, shining victoriously throughout the centuries and reigning supreme. Liberty, her precious flame of light, leading and guiding the people in the hope in their hearts into her timeless future, exercising our God-given freedoms, defended by, for, and carried by we, the free people. No man, our master. So here we are again, in the torrential winds of liberal change, her defenders, fighting for democracy against elected public servants, for whose purpose, which we elect and employ them, is to serve us, we, the people.
We will not be quelled.
We will not be quelled. To hell with the quell. They're not going to try and tell us Canadians what we should think, what we should feel, or what we should express. The same elected officials, many of them not even Canadians, born who are precipitously scurrying to enact draconian M103 types of motions and next bills. And charge natural-born Canadians like Kevin Johnson for expressing himself, the first sacrificial lamb charged under totalitarian M103 anti-Islamophobia. Let me remind you, we already have laws against hate speech, and laws which enshrine equality under the law in the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. This assault on our free speech is a nefarious Sharia law silencing criticism of Islam. Anti-Canadian Trudeau, you and your cabinet are proving yourself to have very anti-Canadian ethics and loyalties. Your actions denoting an aggressive attack and an assault to our dearly beloved Canadian democracy, to subjugate and unlawfully confine her liberties and our freedom. I stand here to assure you, Justin, she will be rescued again by her defenders. Unity is our strength. We will be standing on guard for thee. Democracy is free speech. 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 Democracy is free speech.
Democracy is free speech. Democracy is free speech. Democracy is free speech. I got two pieces.
Now, in spite of the propaganda spewing from the flying monkey news, reminding me of the movie Oz, guilty by their silence and omission in daily reports of this most precarious threat against free speech on North American soil ever, and the CBC, the Caliphate Broadcasting Corporation, and its ever-increasing budget gifts from the liberal pockets.
Defund CBC!
Defund CBC! Defund CBC! Defund CBC!
Defund CBC!
The media is despicably failing in what should be their democratic role and responsibility to fellow Canadians.
Defund CBC! Defund CBC! Defund!
Yet they kill forests and use the natural resources of our tax dollars, along with our public broadcast airways. And instead of giving citizens the truth in exchange for their tax dollars, they prop up Trudeau and his hairdo like some Canadian Kardashians, incensing millions of Canadians with their awkward bat-like behavior, deking and diving, I assure you, in spite of your fake news, the truth will not be contained. But the real news, the news we're making here today, and the news we will continue to make across this nation and the globe, it will be shared widely. You will not kill us. You will not silence us.
We will not be quelled. We will not be quelled.
You will not kill our right to free speech and play us for fools, paying out a convicted terrorist murderer millions of our tax dollars. He wasn't a victim. He was a murderer. The mother and the children are the victims, and the father who died. This is a disgrace to Canada. You see, we Canadians are very tired of the bad act, and we will rise to the occasion, challenge, fight, and defeat this dangerous, draconian motion, trying to make Islamophobic criticism criminal, essentially giving Islamists suzerainty and forming a psychological caliphate over democracy and the minds of her people, and threatening to silence the very real, often deadly, oppression, physical abuse, and torture of millions of women and girls globally under Sharia. Now, thanks to the likes of Merkel and her invasive refugee policies, Western women are now experiencing unprecedented gang rape, beating, and death as well. And Trudeau now disgracefully following her lead in endangering our citizens, leaving our borders open to potential psychopathic rapists and murderers. What about these daily jihad attacks across the globe and the very real threat of ISIS? You expect us to line up in front of the firing squad and tell us not to scream? To hell with the quail! Let us remember the Armenian genocide. Let us remember the Ottoman Empire. Where are their long-awaited apologies? Where are the special laws protecting the infidels from hateful passages in the Quran, calling for our death? Such as verse 47, passage 4, to smite them at the neck. And the enslavement of unbelievers, passages spoken from the Quran at mosques across Canada. Where has been the reform in Islam? You're always bashing Christians. Well, we've come a long way, baby. We live in the best country, and people come for refuge here because Christianity has been reformed. Where is the reform for Islam? Well, you know, it will never be because it's illegal and it's punishable by death. Let's look at the inhumane practices daily in Sharia-compliant countries. You'll have a